Hey YouTube, Rob back again with another video. Today I'm doing a contest entry into Blu-ray Benn's Photo Sum competition, which is sort of running at the moment. So first of all, big congratulations to Ben for reaching the Photo Sub mark. That's a really great achievement. I'll leave his link down below. Definitely not subscribed to Ben. Definitely go to his channel and give him a sub. Really great YouTuber, I think. Definitely one of my favourite YouTubers on here. And as he sort of says in his videos, he does sort of do quality over quantity. Doesn't necessarily need to rely on big flashy, loud intros to sort of draw people's attention to his videos. I think he just puts out really great content, and I think he makes really great videos. He does sort of different sort of videos, like top 10 lists and DVD updates and movie reviews and things like that, and definitely worth checking out, and definitely give him a sub if you're not subscribed to him. So we asked sort of 3 questions for each contest. First question is sort of why do we sort of start making YouTube videos? What sort of initially, that's what we're looking for. Initially got us interested in sort of starting to make YouTube videos. That's actually a really good question. I think for me, back when I sort of started YouTube a few years ago, I was sort of really into sort of animated movies. Not necessarily sort of sort of more popular sort of Disney ones. I was sort of more interested in more the sort of older, sort of more obscure type ones from like the 70s and the 80s, sort of like Ralph Bakshi's movies and sort of Watership Down and sort of old sort of hand-drawn type movies, more sort of compared to sort of the more CGI sort of Disney Pixar type ones. And I sort of went onto YouTube and tried to find a few sort of movie reviews necessarily on these sort of movies that I'd sort of watched, and there was a few out there, but there wasn't necessarily that many. And I thought, well, I think it might be a good idea if I sort of made some videos sort of reviewing these movies and sort of getting those movies sort of out there a bit more, and so people can sort of find them more. Hear about the movies and sort of get them out there a bit more. And so I think that's what my first sort of few videos were, from really badly done movie reviews of these sort of old movies, old sort of animated movies, which I think I've taken down now because they were just too horrible to have in the public view. But that's sort of initially sort of why I sort of started, and I suppose also just the fact that I sort of found out that there was a lot of a lot of other sort of passionate sort of movie fans out there as well. I mean, I have sort of heard the story from other people too, that they say that sometimes when they sort of talk to people in sort of real life about how much they love movies and how they're sort of say a movie collector, they sort of get these strange looks from these people, and they sort of in some ways kind of look down on you a little bit, and think, well, you just sort of sit in your room all day and watch movies all day. How that's not really I don't know, that's not very healthy for you, or something like that. So it was sort of nice to sort of find out there were a lot of other people that have massive large DVD collections or whatever, and are sort of very sort of passionate about movies as well. So that's sort of the other reason I sort of thought I should be a part of this community as well. So that's sort of another reason why I sort of started making videos as well. Second question was what are sort of our sort of favourite sort of YouTube videos just to sort of watch. I think probably for me, probably in terms of sort of the movie sort of related type stuff, probably I do quite like DVD updates and Blu-ray updates, because they're all sort of fun to sort of some people might sort of pick up say 10 titles and sort of showing them one by one, and you're never really quite sure what they're going to sort of show next. I mean, there could be lots of possibilities out there of what they might sort of show next, so it's always sort of fun to sort of see what they're going to show next, and I always got to sort of hear their thoughts on the movies, and so I do sort of quite enjoy that, and also just movie reviews in general. I suppose it's always nice to sort of finish watching a movie, and then you sort of have your own opinion on the movie after you've sort of watched it, and it's really nice to sort of go and watch another person's review and sort of see what they thought about it, just sort of see whether their opinion was say different to yours or very similar, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think they're sort of the main sort of, I guess my favourite favourite sort of favourite sort of videos to watch on YouTube. But I suppose also just whatever interested. I mean, it's always nice to sort of see, say, a Funko Pop update, or comic book update, or a book update, or whatever. It's always sort of fun to sort of see what people are, what they are sort of interested in, and what they sort of bought, and also to hear, as before, what that sort of thought of it. So that's that. The third question was sort of to recommend a movie to Ben. Now, when I sort of have this sort of question, I normally try to sort of find something that's a bit more, not necessarily all that popular, and something that's probably not necessarily well known. But I do have a movie here that I think is actually quite a popular movie, and I think a lot of people would have already heard about it, and I'm sure Ben's probably already heard about it as well. But it's certainly one of my favourite movies, I think, and I have sort of seen. I'm pretty sure I've seen it on a few people's favourite lists of movies, of theirs, and but I did sort of watch it the other day. I haven't sort of watched it for a couple of years, but it's definitely a film that I really do like, and probably one of my favourite films, I think, really, even though I haven't sort of watched it for a couple of years. That's Good Will Hunting from 1997, written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Definitely a really great film, I think. I think people sort of say that, when you're sort of watching a movie, it's sort of your favourite films are always usually ones that you can sort of relate to on some sort of level. And I can generally sort of relate on certain aspects of this movie, I think. I just really like the sort of story to it, and it's got some really great performances, especially by Rob Williams here. I think he actually won an award, an Academy Award, I think, too, for his performance. And Matt Damon's, I've always been a fan of Matt Damon as well. I think it's just a really good movie, I think, and one that doesn't necessarily get sort of talked about as much as it sort of used to. I don't think. Just sort of about sort of Matt Damon, I suppose, and he's sort of comes from like sort of the working class, sort of more poorer sort of part of Boston in the on the south side, and but it's not sort of necessarily that many sort of job opportunities to sort of chase down. But we sort of find that he's actually very intelligent. He's actually sort of in some ways a genius when it comes to sort of maths and stuff like that. So you would sort of think, well, he could pretty much do anything he wanted to. He could sort of have go out and sort of get this high paying job or something like that, and pretty much get paid lots of money to sort of because he's just really intelligent, and but he's very much, I guess in some ways, maybe a product of his environment, I suppose. He definitely doesn't have much sort of motivation to sort of do that. He's just sort of perhaps sort of stuck, I suppose, in this working class sort of place, and doesn't really have much sort of ambition to sort of leave and in some way sort of make anything of his life, sort of thing. And but it's definitely just a great sort of film, and so I think it's just some really sort of great scenes in it, and great sort of bits of dialogue too. I think some of it, I did sort of hear that Robin Williams and I think Ben Affleck also did a lot of sort of ad-libbing with their lines as well, and so I think they were really good lines as well. But definitely, I feel it's probably a bit hard to sort of explain, perhaps in a sort of few minutes of why it's so good. But it's definitely a great film, and I think if you've never sort of seen it before, you should definitely check out Good Will Hunting. So that's that. Alright, so that's the answers to my 3 questions. Thanks again to Ben for on the competition. Definitely check his channel out. Give him a sub if you're not already subbed to him. I'll leave his link below so you can do that for him. I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.